you didn't have NIL, I didn't have NIL. We didn't come with expectations.
Yeah.
Like all of us here, the experience in the league, like where you get drafted, the amount of money, you just sign a new contract. Like when you walk into that room, when you walk into that locker room, there's expectations associated with whatever that may be. Right. And at the college level, it's almost unfair to put that on like a 17, 18, 19-year-old kid, right? Just because of all the development that needs to go on. And talk about that a little bit. Like that's something that I don't know if there's too many kids that can do what we did because there were some expectations because of like recruiting, but who gives a shit what like Mike Farrell writes on Rivals at the end of the day? It's like we still kind of had a clean slate to walk in and be cool. But now you have kids stepping on campus who are 5 stars with like 7-figure paychecks, and fans have rightfully so. A lot of the people who give the money to cover that have a right to have higher expectations for that. So I think that's a really interesting dynamic. And I want you to kind of talk about it, the cross and blend between the league and where college sports are now.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. Like in my mind where, there's so much growing up that needs to be done. Like obviously we've all been around, different guys on our team at Penn State and stuff that like you kind of look at them and are like, all right, like kind of need to grow up. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to see like people feed into it and maybe not look out for the best interests for an individual who might need that guidance and help to help grow up. But how are you going to help them grow up when they have 6 figures in their bank account already? Like, who are they? Like, they're just gonna look at you and be like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, especially kids now. I think my biggest frustration was like the whole like I don't know how coaches recruit now, because like when I was a recruit, and especially like you guys, like when you guys went on visits, you guys didn't put the jersey on, you didn't do these photo shoots and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, pointless. But now guys are going into visits expecting to do all these photo shoots and using media, and like I know they got mad at me because when I went on my visit, I was like, I'm not putting the jersey on, I'm not doing a photo shoot. Like I haven't earned that right yet. And now that was my biggest frustration, is like seeing these kids come on visits and like, I know this is cliche and this is petty of me, but like I wear 87 for Penn State. Like, don't put my jersey on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Like you're 11. Micah was 11. Like, why are you putting on the starters uniform? That's just my opinion. That's just how I roll. That's just how I kind of thought of it. And that honestly kind of fueled me when I was at Penn State. Is like, they're gonna replace me eventually. So why not just ball out and get out? You know what I'm saying? So, but there's so many variables to go about it now. I just think it's hard with media now. You can't go back, but it is what it is. But I think it's just hard for kids to understand that it's football. It's not, you're making the money because of football. You're not making the money for anything else.
Yeah. No, I get that sentiment, man. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. I think a lot more people probably feel that way than you think. It's just overshadowed by the glitz and the glamour. And like you said, there's no going back, but we spoke off camera. There needs to be some reins kind of built on this thing that we call college football moving forward. And I know we speak about it all the time, and it will happen. It has to happen, honestly. I think the kids get lost and they see the glitz and the glamour. They see what the guys are doing, but they don't see what the guys are doing to get in that situation. Like you said, you as a kid, you didn't earn the right yet to wear that jersey. Now that you did, in hindsight, you're like, I put my blood, sweat, and tears. That's what college football is. But it has to be, commercialized. So
absolutely,
there's 2 sides to it.
Yeah, no, there definitely is a middle ground, but that's a great perspective, and you were obviously raised right, and that's why you're having the success you're having right now. You know what I mean? In terms of your approach to it. And like I said, I think that there is a reality of where college football is now and where the business side of college football is. And I think it's fair that the players are finally getting what they need to get. But again, to Brandon's point, like there needs to be some guardrails around it, because they aren't 23, 24 and like have that life experience and can handle a lot of the things that are coming with that. Right.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally agree with guys getting paid. Like, obviously I was like, I wish I get a little more money, but But like you guys said, there needs to be a threshold or a guideline with it all.
Those things are coming. I think those things are coming. You're seeing some of the stuff with like the SEC and the Big Ten forming that advisory group, and the NCAA, I think, riding off into the sunset slowly but surely.